Hi, my name is Bonnie. I'm from Akwesasne, and today I'm going to show you how to make Akwesasne's corn soup my way. These are the ingredients I have. Of course, it's not the flours, but everything here is what I use. And here's my pot. We use pork hocks. You know, any 3 to 4. Get them at any grocery store, any butcher shop. They have them. Okay, this is Indian corn. This is made right here in Akwesasne. So if you have this, this is great. If you don't have this, then the hominy works just fine. And you can get golden or white, whatever you prefer. I have golden for just a little bit of color. Kidney beans. You can only use kidney beans. You can use the light or dark, doesn't matter. You can mix it if you would like. It doesn't matter, and doesn't matter the brand. Just so happens I have this on hand. Okay, your basic ingredients for your broth. Celery, carrots, onions. I put potatoes in. I put a clove of garlic, cabbage. This right here is a turnip or a rutabaga, whatever you prefer, but this is what it is. Very essential to this process. But right here is our basic. These are our basic ingredients. I use bay leaf, peppercorn, salt and pepper. So these right here are what you're going to start with. Step is going to be all your basic. First step is these go into the pan. Okay, this is going to be the next part of my video on how to make Akwesasne corn soup my way. Okay, now in my pot that I make for my broth, I've got salt pork, cabbage, potatoes, onions, celery, carrots, pork hocks, 3 bay leaf, and about 4 or 5 peppercorns. Salt pork will add the salt, the flavor of salt to this. You can always add salt later on if you like, you know, table salt if you like that. But for now, that's what I'm going to use. You fill this up with water, and you let it simmer for 4 or 5 hours, 4 hours, until this is all the meat falls off the bone. Now I'll move it around so you can see the pork hocks, the carrots. So this is our broth for the soup, for my corn soup. Now as you can see, I've got the pot full of water. You can see my peppercorns, you can see my bay leaf. Now it's ready for to start cooking. Here's my soup boiling. Got a good start on it. Look at that. Look at everything's cooking very good. Smells delicious. Just giving you a sneak peek of what it looks like. Okay, now I'm showing you my finished product, the broth. This will be the broth that I'm going to use for the corn soup. The one thing that I really like about this broth is I put a lot of vegetables in it. So I've got carrots, celery, cabbage, garlic, onions. I even threw some potatoes in there. I got salt pork, I got pork hocks, the bay leaf. I boil it all down, get all the vitamins out of those vegetables that I can. And I'm going to strain this now to get ready to make the corn soup. Okay, now this is the next step to my amazing Akwesasne corn soup. Okay, this is half a turnip or rutabaga and 4 carrots diced up. Okay, this is my broth that I simmered and cooked with all the vegetables and all the flavor. I'm going to add these together. Now we're going to let these this is the pork hock and salt pork. I diced it all up, and we're going to put this in the pan with the carrots and the celery, the carrots and the turnips. So you can see that the carrots now are starting to boil. And you can put the meat in. Once you get it all deboned, all that, you can put that in right away if you want. You don't have to wait till it starts boiling. You can put it right in the broth with the carrots and the turnips. Now I'm going to give you a quick look at my soup. There's the turnips, the carrots, the meat. So we got a little bit more time left. They're still a little bit hard, but not much time left before we start adding the corn. It smells delicious. Okay, now we're coming down to our final ingredients. Now here's the Akwesasne corn that goes in. Now the corn doesn't have to cook very long. I'd say only 10 minutes. You stir it up. Now look at that. Smells and looks so good. Give it a quick stir. Okay, at this point, you should taste the broth. Make sure that if you need a little bit more salt and pepper, now's a good time to do it. You know, I would suggest, especially with a pot this size, maybe 1 or 2. Start out with 2 teaspoons of salt if you need more, and then taste it again if you want more salt. I tend to not put a lot of salt in my stuff because I can't have it, but my family can, and I just put a salt and pepper shaker on the table and they can salt all they want. But right now would be a good time if you want extra salt, just to give it a little extra flavor. But that's entirely up to you. Okay, this is the last ingredient to go into my soup. It's the kidney beans. They don't have to be dark. They don't have to be bushes either. They just have to be kidney beans. You take and you dump them in. Kidney beans don't take long. So you just put them in and you stir them. And I'd say maybe 5-10 minutes like this, and there's your soup. The one thing about the soup, and any soup, the longer you cook it, the better it is. So you don't have to eat it after 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You can let it cook another half hour. One thing I do is when I make a big pot like this, after we've done eating, I freeze so it's an easy meal after. When I'm busy, I have a busy day, I can come home, put it in the microwave it a little bit, throw it in the pot and warm it up, and I've got supper. It's very economical. Pork hock, salt pork are not very expensive. Carrots and turnips not very expensive, but a very good meal. Now the reason why I do the broth the way I do it is because sometimes you have leftover vegetables in your vegetable bin in your refrigerator. So I always like to put that in a container, boil it up, cook it up. Sometimes I just cool it, let it cool, throw it in a Ziploc bag, throw it in the freezer for those days when I said, okay, I've got extra broth, I got my broth ready, I just have to chop my vegetables, and I'm good to go. This is what the soup looks like in a bowl. Just a little salt and pepper on top. This would look great and would go great with nice fried bread. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoy.